Hello, welcome to Raymond Castile's Basement of Horror. Today we're going to look at a magical toy. This toy is going to spread magic into your life, throughout your soul. It's going to give you a magical day, a magical outlook, a magical week. You're going to be filled with magic because this is a magical toy. There he is. Magic. Are you filled with magic yet? Maybe if he comes a little closer. Now do you feel the magic? This is the magic monster. The magic monster. I don't know a lot about this toy. I don't think very many people do. I've seen some conflicting information. I've seen information on him being an 80s toy, specifically 1985. I've seen a manufacturer noted as Heartland, but I don't think it's the same Heartland that made the famous Western toys in the 60s. I don't think it's that Heartland. I think it's spelled differently, but I'm not sure. I've also seen information about it being made by a company called Justin, Justen, Justin, not Justin, Justin. And I don't really know. So let's examine the toy itself and see if we can find any answers. Of course, the first thing I do is look at his rear end. Nothing better than staring at the rear end of a weird-looking toy like this. I don't see anything to give me a hint as to who might have made him. All I see is made in Taiwan. So he's made in Taiwan. Now I've seen information online that he was made in China, but this one's made in Taiwan. He's a very unusual creature. So to give him some context, let's look at this. This is, can you get it in there? Let's see. This is the box for the magic monster. And there is another one in this box. So this is the box that one of these came in. There's another one in here. This I bought. Actually, this was a gift. This was loose. This was a gift that was given to me loose. This is a box one that is unused. You can see this crazy box. Let's see what this box says. Alright. made in Taiwan. Not recommended for children age 3 years and under. Neither is this YouTube show. This is a program that is not aimed at children. So if you're a child, do not watch. That is my COPPA disclaimer for the evening. So the box says face with 1,000 changes, an axe that lights up, moves from side to side, even plays music. And it says what music it plays, but I'm not going to tell you. That'll be a surprise. So, yeah. What is the big deal with this magic monster? Why are we even looking at this stupid thing? Well, it's kind of a notorious toy. And there's other videos on YouTube about this toy that just kind of display the toy working. So if you don't get enough of the toy in this episode, there'll be plenty more videos on YouTube that you can look at if you need your fix of Magic Monster and you just want to watch minutes and minutes and minutes of your life go by watching Magic Monster. There's lots of YouTube videos on this toy. What we're going to do now is open this box so we can put some batteries in it and make it work, and hopefully it'll operate and you'll see what this thing does. But let me explain it a little bit. So this face is rubber. Now this particular one is hard and cracked, so this one has no flexibility. This is all dried and hardened and it's got cracks in it. So if I try to operate this face would come apart. So we're not going to operate that. We're going to operate the one that's in this box. But this is a rubber face that it contorts as when you turn it on the face, it goes. Got it? Okay. So that's what the face does. And then it plays some music. The axe lights up. And he dances because he's magic. He's a happy little magic monster. But not this one. He'll fall apart if we try that. So we'll open this one up, this boxed one. And that is how we will demonstrate how the magic monster works. And then, as I said, when you see this, you'll be filled with magic. Here we go. Okay, we're going to open this guy up. You can see he's got a plastic bag over his head to suffocate him. The plastic bag cuts off the oxygen and keeps him subdued so he doesn't try to break out of the box. We don't want these things escaping from their boxes. Alright, so here he is with the plastic bag. Let's remove the bag. Now we can breathe. And I see the bag has some splits in it. Well, I don't like to see that. Okay, so this face is still soft for the most part. So let's take a look at him. So that is the one we're going to see operate in a second. Just for comparison, here's the other one. And they both appear to be the same, except the one I just took out of the box has darker red paint than the other one. That's the only difference I see. And that might just be because he's been in the box for many, many years, and this one's been out, exposed to the light. That could be the only reason there's a difference. Sit him right there. Alright, so now that we're looking at our friend the magic monster, now we're going to add some batteries. Here we go. Alright, here's his battery compartment. You can see how that we're going to open that little trap door right there. Okay. Boy, I hope this thing works. Okay, so we're gonna see this baby operate. Isn't that something? You ready? Hold on to your horses. Are you filled with magic yet? Can you stand the magic? I don't know. I think this is too much magic for one day. I don't know if I can take it. I'm trying to stop it with the face in a position that doesn't stretch it out too much. That's okay. So we'll stop him there. That's what he looks like. Because that looks like the box art. So that's a good place to stop it. I mean, it's rubber. It's going to deteriorate no matter what you do eventually. I was trying to stop it so it didn't have stress on it. So here, where are those little splits I saw? There's a split right there. So he's got splits. I'm thinking that must be from the axe, but the axe doesn't touch it there, so I don't know. Okay, there he's suffocating again. Oh, let's take the batteries out. Actually, we'll take the batteries out later. He is giving me a hard time. So we'll set him over here so that we don't forget to put him back in his box with those batteries. All right, so let's get the other one out. So here we have the other one. This head is mummified. It can't move. This was the one that was a gift. This was loose. And I don't remember how I came to own this box one. I don't remember what the story was. If I just bought it off eBay, if there's a more interesting story than that, I don't remember. Do not remember. Okay, so it seems like this should be the end of the episode. We've done all we can with this, right? I don't really have a lot of information. I mean, like I said, I read that it's made by Heartland. I've read that it's made by Justin. I read 1985 as a date. I read Made in China. But this one's made in Taiwan. And I know that there's different... I think there's 2 different boxes for this. I don't know off the top of my head what the differences are. I think one is a lighter color. I think this is the darker version of the box, but I'm not sure. But this one's made in Taiwan. I don't see any information about a company anywhere. Not Heartland, not Justin, not anybody. So, I don't know. I don't know what the point of this toy is, except it's a really cool novelty item. And I can imagine that you might have walked into, assuming that this particular one is from the 80s, you might have walked into a gift shop, or maybe like a kind of touristy shop in some metropolitan area where they had a lot of novelties and things, and someone just looking for a souvenir. It might have been like a hospital gift store. It's the kind of thing I could see in a hospital gift store. Might have been like some little toy stores or little toy stands like you might see in Manhattan or someplace like that. I mean, who knows? It could have been in a Christmas catalog. I could see that. It makes me think of the Laugh-In Heads. If anyone does anyone remember Laugh-In Heads? I don't own any. As a kid, I really loved the Laugh-In Heads, and I wanted to own some, but I never did. They're these grotesque little faces, and you pull their tie, and then their eyes roll, and then they laugh, and their tongue sticks out, and they squirt water at you. And there's different characters. It's all the same head sculpt, but they dress it up with different hair and colors and things to make different characters. And it kind of reminds me of that. Like, comes from that same world, that same era where there were these weird novelty items. And I can see, like, Spencer's or Spencer Gifts. I could totally see this at a Spencer gift store in the 80s. This is the kind of thing that they would have sold for sure. Kind of weird item. So but I don't. You wouldn't have gone to. I don't think you would have gone to Kresge or Venture or Target into the toy department in the toy aisle and seen this sitting there. Maybe you would have. I don't know, but it seems like much more of a novelty kind of a piece, something more for a gift shop or Spencer's or something like that. Or maybe a Christmas catalog. I could see it in a Christmas catalog. So it's and I can really see it. Well, it's kind of a joke item. But I was thinking, when I said hospital earlier, I can really see it at a hospital gift store, because I could see giving this to someone in a hospital room, and that music, like, kind of supposed to cheer them up, or something like that. And instead, the patient in the bed next to him would say, "Shut that thing off." So it's cool. And I'm wondering what era this originated in. We know that there is apparently a 1985 one that's marked 1985, but this one's not it. This isn't. There's a 1985 Made in China version, but this is not it. So this is made in Taiwan. So this is probably earlier. So this could be 70s. I don't know. But I wanted to show you something else that's kind of related. Put this over here. This is kind of heavy. Okay. Oof. It's quite heavy. All right, so we can get this all on camera. There we go. So what in the heck is this? This is a counter display box for some rubber faces, just like the ones on the Magic Monster. So this is a display box that would have been This would have been in a toy department, in the same aisle with the jigglers, the rubber jigglers. Would have been like a drugstore, maybe. Dime store, 5 and dime. And inside, we have all these beautiful rubber puppets. And they are all made just like the Magic Monster. The difference is these are much bigger. They would not fit the Magic Monster. They're too big. But they're made by the same principle. And wow, I'm just looking at I haven't looked at this in years. This is something. Holy Toledo. Whoa. Just look at these crazy things. Wow, look at all these characters. Oh my goodness. And on the side of this box, it shows you how these things work. Let me get a shot of this. So it has an illustration on the front side of the box, front-facing side, and it shows you how the fingers would fit inside these holes in the back and would operate this puppet. And it's the same principle that the Magic Monster works on. There are little holes in the back of that face in the Magic Monster, and there are little pins that fit into it and make it operate, just like these puppets. But, like I said, these puppets are way too big to fit on the Magic Monster. Let me take this away. I haven't looked at the Cheeky Cheeks puppet box in a long time, so it's interesting. When you haven't looked at something in a long time and you see it, it's kind of, it's impressive. It's just a really cool box of rubber monster toys. They're not monsters, but there's some monsters in there. There are definitely some monsters. Monsters and caricatures. But let me see if I can take one of them out. I hate to disturb it because it's never been touched. Okay. Yeah, it's never been touched, so probably first time one's ever come out of that box. So here is what one of those puppets looks like on its own. I'm not going to put my fingers in it, but that's what's on the back of it. You put your fingers in there. Yeah, I'm not going to operate it. That's what it looks like. You can see with the Magic Monster, let's put him up here. You can see it's too big. It would not fit him. But it's the same idea. And there are puppets that are much more similar to the face on this Magic Monster. I've seen boxes like the one I've got, but they're filled with faces that look like that or similar to that. So there are puppets made in that style, just like the Magic Monster. But from what I've read online, I don't know. Well, people do switch the faces out on this thing and put different faces. People who have puppets like the one I've got, they still make that style puppet today. Those are vintage. The ones I just showed you are vintage, but they still make that style of toy today. The rubbery kind of faces like that. But So you can get modern ones and stick it on this Magic Monster toy and switch them up with different faces. And people online have done that. I've seen videos of different faces on this toy. And although they work, from what I understand, they don't fit exactly. The pins on here, they don't fit precisely into the new one. So it's possible that this face was made specifically for this toy. That is possible. More likely, whoever made the toy had a quantity of these faces and designed the toy to fit the face. But then, I've never seen a Magic Monster that had that was unaltered, that had a different face. So I don't know, particularly if it was made in two different eras and two different companies, in two different countries, then I don't know. Maybe this face is made specifically for this body. Could be. But I know that there's this style face is available as a puppet, even to this day. Maybe not exactly the same, but 90% the same. But the back isn't exactly the same. It doesn't connect to the pins or whatever is on the plastic. It doesn't connect exactly right. So there's something unique about this face that maybe it was made particularly for this toy. I don't know. He's cool and he's weird and he's got that light up axe. It's like a happy little magic axe he's going to kill you with. It's just this weird combination of like jolliness and psychoses. He's just crazy, and he's got this sparkly light up red axe, and he's dancing, and it's not like a spooky tune. It's When the Saints Go Marching In. A kind of a weird version of not exactly right, but it's When the Saints Go Marching In. It's just bizarre. It's this crazy mashup of different ideas, different themes that don't go together. Look at that crazy picture. You don't get this anymore. You don't get this kind of whimsy in toys anymore. That's the word for this. It's whimsy. It's absurd. It's surreal. It's nutty. It makes no sense. But that's what's cool about it. All right, well, that's all I know about the Magic Monster. I don't have a lot of information on this. I don't think there's a lot of information out there. And I think what's out there is somewhat contradictory. So maybe someone else in the future will do the definitive analysis of the Magic Monster and will give you the whole history of the toy and who exactly made it, what year did it originate, why, what was the idea. Maybe they'll have an interview with the CEO of the company who produced this. Maybe like the toys that made us, that series, maybe they'll do a episode just on Magic Monster. And they'll have the CEO talking about the meeting where they pitched the idea for Magic Monster and what he thought of that and why he made the decision to go ahead and produce it. And they'll have archival footage of stores with this sitting on the shelf and people picking it up off the shelf and saying, yeah, let's buy that. And there'll be a historian sitting there talking about the significance of the Magic Monster and what it meant to the toy market. I'm sure that's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You'll see that Toys That Made Us episode in a year now, all about the Magic Monster. All right, so I think I am full to the brim with magic now. Magic is just coming up out of the pores on the top of my head, and it's radiating out my hair follicles. I've just got magic, 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 too much magic. I don't think we can stand any more magic. So until next time, remember, he who dies with the most toys is dead.